Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. Michael Noland here, and guess what? Queen is going to tour here in 2023. Before I get into that, I do want to ask you, if you enjoy the video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel as of yet, it's easy. Just hit that subscribe to the tribe button and then tap that top bell notification and you'll be notified of all my future videos. All right, so again, Queen is out on tour, and what does that mean for us? Now, I've got two quotes here from, well, band members, if you can count Adam Lambert as part of Queen. I still can't wrap my head around that. But Adam Lambert says, "I can't wait to tour North America one more time with the Rhapsody Tour alongside the two unbelievably talented legends that are Brian May and Roger Taylor." Whatever. Talk about a brown noser. I can't believe it. Anyway, Brian May was quoted as saying, "Our last tour featured our most ambitious production ever. So we decided to rip it apart and get even more ambitious. Watch out, world." And there is a final little short snippet to this interview. To keep ticket prices at face value for fans, Queen and Lambert are working with the venue's ticketing partners to minimize the risk of resale. All right, so there's a whole lot to this very simple statement that isn't spoken to. First of all, no discussion on increased ticket prices. Only a discussion that they're working with the venue's partners to keep ticket scalping away from these concerts. In other words, if you buy a $1,000 ticket and all of a sudden you get sick or a family emergency happens, you can resell that ticket for its face value only. No making money on it. All right, so first of all, let's go back to those horrible mobster days of the ticket scalpers. You know what? I was at a lot of those concerts, and 99% of those ticket scalpers was just some Joe who had bought maybe 5 tickets because that was his allotment, with the expressed intention of reselling them for a profit. Usually when you had like a $22.50 ticket to go see Led Zeppelin. Yeah, I go back that far, folks. And that would mean he'd sell each one of those tickets for maybe 50. At the very last minute, if he hadn't sold them, and all of a sudden some rabid fan came across, they could go up to even $100. But you know what? Who is really hurt there? The guy isn't hurt, he's making a profit. The venue hasn't been touched. The band's being taken care of. The venue's making whatever they were going to make, right? The only person who might have gotten ripped off is the person who was foolish enough to pay $100 for that ticket, or a rabid enough fan to pay $100 for that ticket. If he was that big of a fan, the $100 was a deal. If it was he was just trying to keep up with the Joneses, well, all I can say is a sucker is born every damn minute. Now, somewhere in the mix, the argument got that this mythological ticket scalper out there was raising concert ticket prices. And as far as I could see, he was only raising them for the general public. The venue, the band, still made their fair share. Now, when they talk about how the band is talking to the actual venues and their partners, what does that mean? Well, I'll tell you what it means. It means for the venue that's built there, what they charge, what they consider is a fair exchange, a good profit, the insurance they pay on that venue for that night to cover any problems that might occur, the security that they pay that goes around to police that arena, and they always do a great job, don't they? And the concession areas that offer food and t-shirts and coffee mugs and yada, 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 yada. And of course, they make money on their on-site parking. But not only that, they've talked to every parking lot in the area at way before this concert was ever planned. They also talked to all the restaurants. They also talked to the liquor stores, the fast food restaurants, the motels, the hotels, and even the damned airport. This is all covered months, if not a couple of years in advance, and guess what, baby? They all want their sticky little fingers in for their piece of the pie, don't they? But despite all of that, we often let the bands off the hook. We saw Bruce Springsteen last year saying, well, it wasn't my fault, it was that evil TicketMaster, all right? Well, that's bullshit, and we all know it, don't we? Don't tell me the band hasn't demanded exorbitant prices, and that reflects in the pricing from the venue. The venue then tries to make up those exorbitant prices by tethering it out. It always starts from ground zero. The band is the artist, the creators, the performers, the show. And they are not only at the epicenter of this seismic rock and roll circus, they are the epicenter. And trust me, they're already telling everybody that's involved, all those people we talked about, that they're going to get X amount of dollars. Where is their transparency? What is Queen charging for these shows? But they tell us they're battling the evil villains in this plot. So let's take a look at what they're charging at the Chase Center here in San Francisco. That's the closest place that I would have even thought to go see this band. I won't, but what are they charging? Well, basically it gets down to this. Their most inexpensive ticket in the rafters. Oh, and you guys are going to be so happy to hear this, because you can now say goodbye to those expensive $250 nosebleed tickets. You see, they only go for about $575 now. No, I'm serious. That's what they're charging for the worst seats in the house, and tickets rapidly exceed to $3,000 plus a seat. But you know what? Brian has told us this is going to be one of the most amazing shows. You've never seen Queen like this, all right? What is it we're getting, essentially? Think about it. We're only getting half of the members of Queen. And if you're a true Queen fan, you know that there was Freddie, Brian, Roger, and John, all right? That's Queen. And guess what? Freddie and John are no longer there. So to cover John's place, they just get some sideman to play his bass part. See how easily he was replaced? And for Freddie, they get a contest winner. I love it. But are they making new music to give us at these new concerts? Nah, we already covered this on the channel a few months ago. Brian said they had discussed doing some, recording dates and everything. And he says, but then there's this pull to be out there live. Yeah, right. It sounds to me like you were chasing the monkey, buddy. And so, with half a band, replacement musicians, and no new material, you now get the pleasure of paying up to $3,000 to see a tribute band. Holy smokes. Where has rock and roll gone? All right, folks, thanks for watching. I'm Michael Nolan. This is The Bottom Line, and I say the bottom line as I see it. We get to the true bottom line in the comments from fellow tribal members. And so when I say you and I, we are the tribe, I mean it, folks. All right, I'll see you in my next video.